Hey you guys, it's your girl Priiliyah and I'm back with another episode. Welcome you all who are new and welcome back if you're returning back to this podcast. We are moving on to something big, something important that I feel like a lot of people downplay, but I feel like if they weren't to do that and they were to actually listen and follow these steps, their life and their potential will be lived out so much greater than what their life currently is. So, in honor of season 1, How to Love Yourself, and all things about loving yourself, we are going to be talking about knowing your worth, setting boundaries, and having high standards. So let's get straight into it. If you like what you hear along this video regarding this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like this video and even comment down some thoughts you may have. So, knowing your worth, setting boundaries, and having high standards. Let's get into it. So, as a podcaster, obviously you have to have knowledge. You have to have knowledge of the topic you're speaking on and sharing towards your audience. So, I listen to a lot of self-development and growth speakers who I just feel like align with what I talk about and what I'm going to talk about today. So I'm going to be shouting out the Wizard Liz. I love her so much. She is queen. She is boss. She is what the girlies need. She is the leader, the icon, and the start of a movement. So Liz said, never go down in your value because of your environment. Never go down in your value because of the environment you are currently in. Meaning, don't water down your worth because the people around it can't afford it. Meaning, don't water down your worth because the people around you can't afford it. Okay? And that's really key, because a lot of us will turn around and feel bad because this person or these group of people can't meet your expectations, and then it seems like you think you're better than these people, but in reality, I don't think that, you guys think that, and it's only because you guys don't value yourself. You guys don't see the value or the worth in yourself, and so you get intimidated by my lifestyle and the way I do things, right? So yeah, don't water down your worth or your value because the people around you, they simply can't afford you. Clock it. Okay? This was an example that the Wizard Liz gave. She was talking about how she had this friend who created this nice painting it was so nice that the value of it could have been worth millions, right? And so Liz was impressed by the painting and she wanted to purchase. She was like, how much? And the friend said $1,000. And she's like, no way. I've seen paintings worse than this. And they're charging a fortune, okay? They're charging a fortune that's not even worth as much as this painting you have right here. And you're saying this is $1,000? This is the perfect example, because a lot of us in the real world, we would have this similar situation of where we might be selling a product, selling our brand, or selling ourselves, okay? And we feel like we hold so much value, right? Can we agree? We hold so much value, but when we get around certain people that we might be intimidated or just overthink things, and then we feel like, well, maybe I'm not worth that. Maybe I need to change my price and how much I'm worth, or how much my brand is worth, and how much this and that is worth, because we feel like, okay, maybe we need to be humble, or maybe we need to come to a settledness. I don't know. We need to be on some type of common ground with these people or this company or these group of people because we want to make them feel comfortable. And that is where the problem starts. And I'm going to tell you why that's where the problem starts. Because when you start to do that, once you say, here, I have this item, it is worth $50. And then you start to notice that these people don't have an instant acceptance towards that price. So you go and drop it $10, $20. And now what you're doing, once you do this item, this thing, and I'm going to give an example. It could be this book and it's worth $50. But once you take away $10, $20 from it, what was once a very valuable item, it starts to look like as if it was worth nothing or worth little because you took away its value. And we simply can't do that, okay? So the next thing is reflecting back. Your painting should have a set price. And if your environment cannot meet that price, meaning they cannot reach your standards and expectations, then you need to simply change the environment. You need to change the environment you're in because, see, the price of this product isn't the problem. It is simply the audience you are trying to sell it to. It's the audience and it's the environment. So all you have to do is what? Change the problem. Change the environment. Okay? So yeah, don't go down for anyone because that also makes your painting look less than what it's truly worth, like I was saying. So once you have something set in stone, once you have your standards, your boundaries, your expectations, whatever it is, right? Because when you truly know your worth, you're not going to let anything trick you into thinking that you're not worth that what you already have set for yourself isn't what it's supposed to be. No, baby. Once you know your worth, there's nothing changing that. You don't let anything come in between what you already have set for yourself, because once you do that, your value goes down and you're not as valuable as you once were. So don't undersell yourself, okay? Don't undersell yourself. Realize who you are and realize how much value you hold. I will say it again. Don't undersell yourself. Realize who you are and realize how much value you hold as a person. If they can't meet your price, don't sell it. If they can't meet your price, then don't sell it. Don't give yourself to people who can't notice when there's a dime in their presence. Baby, there's a queen in this man's presence and he can't seem to notice how much value you hold. I'm sorry. We're not sitting around trying to prove ourselves to anybody because we know who we are. We don't have time for people who want to play games or people who are on a different level of life to where they can't meet your expectations. They can't meet your standards, respect your boundaries, or realize your worth because they have their own problems going on, okay? And we're not going to let any broke bum mentality people, that's my new phrase, that's my new line. So you guys might hear me saying this because this is the year of truth, exposure, and leveling up, okay? So I will have a video on that. It's not to be messy, but expose a lot that's been going on in my life, and I don't appreciate people speaking on my name when I'm clearly minding my business, trying to level up in life and do me, do right by me. So yeah, if you guys want to tune in or get ready for that, my channel is Priiliyah. I will have it tagged right there. And anyways, let's get back to it. So if they can't meet your price, don't sell it. Don't give yourself to people who cannot notice when there's a queen, a dime in their presence. I'm sorry, that's just like, no offense, but me as a female trying to prove that I'm a female and I'm clearly a female. Like, that's backwards, right? So let's make it make sense. You should influence the room and not just adapt to it. You should influence the room and not adapt to it. So let's say you're going to this conference, right? And there's a lot of people who clearly came to this conference because they need help. They're going through a lot in their lives. Their life is a mess right now. They're just going through it. And you could tell they look like they're going through it just because of their physical appearance and how they're carrying themselves, right? And you're walking into the room, you're dressed up, you're just that girl or that guy, you feel me? You got it suited up, your confidence is up here, but then you see all these people and their confidence and their appearance is the opposite of what you just came through the door with. And that's not your problem, baby. Don't adapt to what's around you just because you stand out. You stand out like a can of paint. That's not your fault, because once you adapt to what's around you, being the person that you are, the person that walked through the room looking like a 10 out of 10 supermodel, 10 out of 10 businesswoman, businessman, what you do is you're now lowering your value and your worth, and now it's like you're equal to these people now when you're clearly not. When you walk into a room and there's not as much like-minded people like yourself, baby, you just stand there, you hold your head up high, you walk in and you be that example and you continue being that example. So instead of you adapting like these people will learn to adapt to be more like you. They will learn to adapt to be more like you. So this is for relationships. or any friendships. If you don't find someone in your area, go look in another. I'm tired of women and men, but this is major. This is mostly women. I'm tired of women settling for what they shouldn't have settled for. I'm tired of women settling for men and things that they should have never settled for. And now they're living a miserable life, or they're living in something thinking of the potential life they could have been living if they never settled for that environment, that man, that thing. I'm tired, baby. You have to make the decision for yourself to choose and want better for yourself. I literally said this in most of my videos. You have to choose to want better for yourself. No one is going to sit there and choose it for you. No one's going to help you figure it out, baby. This is your life. People could tell you what to do. You have to figure out what's best for yourself. Simply. So yeah, if you don't find that man, and you already know what type of man you want, you know the dream life, the dream man, the dream lifestyle that you want, why are you settling for the life that you currently have when you could start from the bottom and build and work towards that lifestyle, that relationship, the life that you want, baby? The power is in your hands, and a lot of us fail to realize how much power we hold. We have so much power inside of us, and a lot of us don't tap into that power, and that's why none of us will ever reach the potential person in life that they could live and exist in. So don't settle for men or women with a broke bum mentality. Broke bum mentality people. Oh my gosh, I want to make an episode on this, but to sum it up, people who sit around doing nothing productive with their lives, right? They're probably talking about people who live a good life and are focusing on themselves and more worried about them than themselves doing nothing all day. Broke bum mentality, I feel like, is knowing you need to help yourself and you don't help yourself. There's just a lot of things, but I'm not going to get into that, okay? Don't settle for men or women that have a broke bum mentality when you could find the exact person you want. Why settle for a prince when I could have a king? Hello? Why settle for a little boy when I could have a man? Why settle for someone who doesn't know what they want when I could have someone who knows exactly what they want? Okay, why am I settling for something that's not sure of how they feel about me when there's a man who will look at me and know that that is what they want and that is what they choose and that is what they'll stay loyal to? You feel me? Hello? 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 Okay, don't lower your standards and value accepting bad behavior. Don't lower your standards and value nor accept bad behavior because that's just what your environment is right now. See, a lot of us get this false hope of this is my life, and I feel like this is going to be my life forever. This is going to be my life forever and I can't do anything about it and everything. Listen, baby, you got to change your mindset. And I feel like mindset is everything, because once you start to really change your mindset or think a certain way that's going to be beneficial towards you, it will change your whole life. I will never not stand on that quote. Mindset is everything. Mindset literally manifests. I feel like it manifests everything. Almost anything. So it starts with your mindset. It starts with the way you think, the way you feel about yourself, baby. Don't let people disrespect or walk all over you, because that's just what your environment is. Don't let people disrespect you or walk all over you because that's what you were taught growing up. Baby, this is 2025. We are grown. Listen, if anybody comes to me on any foolishness, baby, you're getting corrected and you're getting checked right there. I do not play that. I don't play about disrespect. I don't let no one call me out my name. I don't let anybody speak falsely about me. And if I do let it slide, it's because I'm not worried about you, really. But if you continuously go around spreading lies on my name, you will be exposed. And that's my motto for 2025. Anyone who's coming against me to attack me when I've done nothing but sat here and lived my life to the fullest, baby, you're a problem. And I can't have that. I can't have that. So don't let disrespect or let people walk over you slide, because when you do that, people will definitely continue to disrespect you and they will feel like, oh, this girl doesn't respect herself. Obviously, this girl doesn't love herself, or this girl doesn't know her worth. And so I'm going to take advantage of that. Yeah, you just have to draw the line there. Okay. Don't let it happen ever. And if you did let it happen, don't let it happen again. And if there's people out there that are walking over you and disrespect you and continue to do that, especially after you check them, you already know what you have to do, baby. You have to cut those people loose. You have to distance yourself. You got to do what you got to do, because we're not going to allow that continue to float around in the atmosphere of your life, right? Okay. So the next thing, if you're up here don't go down here, especially if you're just going down to meet somebody else. You're just going down to meet where somebody else is at in life. And that is where you start to go backwards. You're backsliding now. You're going backwards and you're setting yourself back. You're setting yourself back when you're already supposed to be over here, but now you're going back and you're back over here from square one because you decided that you felt bad for this person and you just wanted to care for this person. Listen, baby. You can't care for somebody who doesn't care for themselves. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped, because most of the time people will take advantage of you and they will never grow in life. But you know what they do? They will see where they are in life and they see where you are and they see the potential life you could be living and continue to live moving forward. And they would get jealous in their spirit, especially men. And this is why I don't want to do relationships. For some reason, I find it every time I find myself making time for myself to work out and just really pour into my cup. And this guy wants to be on the phone all day. And I'm being clear as day that, listen, I have a life. I have things that I do throughout my day and that I need to get done or it's going to be a problem. These are non-negotiables and I'm letting it be known to this guy. And then he sits there and gets mad. He sits there and gets mad that I have something going for myself. And so he's like, oh, no, you're going to stay on the phone with me. Oh, who are you talking to? Who are you telling that you're going to do that? Baby, I'm talking to you. And if you have a problem with it, baby, we can hang up this phone right now and we can never speak again, because here you are trying to interrupt what I got going for myself to better help myself and better level up and improve in life, baby. I'm sorry. No, we're not having that, because I already been through that situation in life that sent me back, and now I'm just getting back on the right track. And this is what you have to do for yourself. Don't go from being at the top of the game, at the top of the food chain, top of doing better, to going back down and probably even back to where you never were. But now you're there, okay? And listen, it's 2025. So if you're up here, don't go down here to their level just so you can make them comfortable. No. You need to find and surround yourself with like-minded people, or people who's only going to add value to your life. So you need to be around people who are like-minded, have similar interests, similar habits, and similar lifestyle as you. I feel like once we grow in life and we move on to a certain path of life, and we had grown up with certain people who are used to you doing such and such with them back in the day, but they're still in that same mindset, they're still in that same lifestyle and habits of life, cool. But as a person who's trying to level up in life, we're not going to go from back what we used to do over here to goodness and then backtracking because these people just are used to that version of you. And that's why in my life, I had to cut a lot of people off and distance myself from certain people, because you're just used to the old version of me. People change and I'm leveling up in life, and I refuse to go back to where I used to be. I love my new life. So, enough of the meaningless friendships and relationships, okay? Who are doing exactly nothing for you to help you improve in life, okay? We're leaving those relationships and friendships that are pouring nothing. They're not even pouring a drop of water into your cup. They're pouring nothing. We're leaving those things alone. They're not adding nor subtracting to your cup. We already know to stay away from people who take away from our cup and take away from us in life. We already know that. But do you know what's worse than people who take away from you? Are the people who add or subtract nothing from your life. Like they're just a tree. They're a tree, a still tree, and I mean they're just there. That's it. Like literally, okay? We got to do better. We got to do better, y'all. All right. Realize that you matter. Realize that you have the power to make a difference in your life. Realize you have the power to take your confidence back. I don't care what relationship you've been in that has just drained you, completely took away your beauty. And listen, I've been here so I could speak about it. You feel me? No matter what you went through, no matter what hell you went through, all that matters is you're here now and you have the chance and opportunity to take your power back, to take your life back, to take your beauty back, and stand in it, soak in it, and really just be the person that you were always meant to be, okay? So you have the power to make your confidence go back up. You have the power to believe in yourself again. No matter what situation you went through in life, no matter what foolishness people have said to you in the past, you have the power to overcome it all. All past issues and all past situations, you have the power to overcome that, and you have the power to ultimately realize your worth. And in doing so, you will ultimately realize your worth and take back your power. I could sit here on my podcast all day and remind you guys every time that you matter. But if you don't start to realize your worth and start acting like you matter, then nothing will ever change for you. If you're constantly sitting in this mindset of, oh, I don't matter, no one cares about me, my life is just horrible, and you can't sit in sorrow. I'm sorry. You could if you want to. Don't dwell on it. You can't dwell in your sadness because you'll be there forever. You'll be there for a minute. You'll be there for a cool minute. Take it from me, baby. I used to dwell, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I used to find comfort in being sad all the time. And I had to get out of that real quick because, baby, time is a moving clock. It moves very fast, and when the years go by, you'll regret that you sat here complaining about your situation when you always had and you always will have the opportunity to change your life around. Listen here, you could be someone who is currently in an environment where no one cares about you and no one thinks you matter, and you feel hopeless that nothing good will ever enter your life. But once you start to change that negative mindset and work towards escaping that environment and moving elsewhere, you'll eventually find your people. Just because where you're at right now, there's not really anyone who likes nor supports you, doesn't mean there's not a whole nother world out there that will love and support you like never before. The people who think you matter, the people who are inspired and motivated by you just being who you are, because you realized just how valuable you truly are. You have an impact in this life. Find your purpose in life. Work on yourself. Then live out your purpose, because if you weren't meant to exist on this planet, then you simply wouldn't be alive today. But since you are, that means God isn't done with you yet. He's not done with you yet. You still have so much more to achieve in your life, but you're too busy worried about your situation when you just need to figure out how to get out of it, how to fix it. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that at some point of this video, something has resonated with you and that you will take that and apply it to your life. I love you guys so much. And this is episode 7 now. We are coming to an end of season 1, How to Love Yourself. I love you guys so much. And thank you guys for tuning into this episode. See you in the next one. Bye.